The c in the Pythagorean theorem must be the hypotenuse, parentheses, the longest side, and the side across from the right angle, end parentheses. Many students have learned the Pythagorean theorem as a squared plus b squared equals c squared. I prefer to teach it as c squared equals a squared plus b squared, to emphasize that the, quote, c, end quote, must be the hypotenuse length, or the Pythagorean theorem equation will not work. I further like to write it as parentheses hypotenuse squared equals parentheses leg squared plus leg squared, or hype squared equals leg squared plus leg squared. Writing the Pythagorean theorem in this way places an emphasis on the, quote, c, end quote, or the fact that the c in the Pythagorean theorem is the length of the hypotenuse. Additionally, it must be realized that the Pythagorean theorem only works with 90-degree or right triangles. That is, triangles with one angle equal to 90 degrees. Keep in mind that triangle sides have names. There are two legs, parentheses, like a human, end parentheses, attached to the largest angle, and the hypotenuse, which is the longest side, opposite or across from the largest angle. Since a right triangle has a 90-degree angle, the legs are adjacent or next to the 90-degree angle, and the hypotenuse is opposite or across from the 90-degree angle, parentheses, also called the right angle, end parentheses. The Pythagorean theorem illuminates that for a 90-degree triangle, the sum of the legs' lengths squared always equals the hypotenuse length squared. In the Pythagorean theorem, quote, c, end quote, is the hypotenuse, and a and b are the legs. I try to encourage my students to, quote, see, end quote, parentheses, S-E-E, see the hypotenuse to help them remember to find the hypotenuse length first and plug that in for the c. If this detail is not followed, then the brilliance of the Pythagorean theorem is null and void. The Pythagorean theorem is hypotenuse squared equals leg squared plus leg squared, or c squared equals a squared plus b squared. Related words: hypotenuse, legs, sides of a right triangle, opposite, adjacent, right angle, right triangle.